Hello, everybody. Jesus.
Start the clock.
Start the clock, son. You owe me 12 seconds. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike is here. That's me. T-Roy is here. Thanks for being here, T.
My pleasure.
Jesus. Shalom, Biggie. Awfully, yeah, he's uncomfortable with human interactions. Sorry. Anyway, very late start today.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I've been so under the weather.
Is it still today?
It's 9 o'clock now at night. Jesus, I apologize. I know you love this kind of thing. And then E gets here, and T and I are watching Curb from last night, the season premiere. And I was like, E wants to go downstairs right now and hit go and then fuck off. That's all he wants to do. But
we're halfway into it.
He doesn't have cable anymore. And
well,
he doesn't,
HBO. Whoa.
Well, you don't have DVR.
Yeah, it's really
you don't.
annoying.
Yeah, you've got some weird setup. You don't need to explain it. It's okay. You've got a weird setup.
Yeah.
No DVR and no HBO. And so Easus, if he wants to watch stuff like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is one of his favorite shows, he's got to do it here. And so once he saw one scene, it was like, well, I guess we could watch this if you want.
at this point,
Yeah, let's another 15 minutes in
right,
this point, right?
for sure.
Yeah. What a great episode, too.
It was worth it.
Funny.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe at the end you can watch the opening 10 minutes. It's pretty funny, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah. It's good to have that
He's
show
fucking the
back.
best.
So E does at the house, the old man just pays like cut way back, right? No DVR, no.
I guess, yeah.
What would be the
I have
extra cost for you
I
to
have no
kick
idea,
in just to get the extra?
but
Like,
you know,
can you
I
cover
don't
the
know.
basic and let me go ahead and throw the
Here's the-
extra $20 a month, Pop, and I
Here's
want to
the
cover
thing,
the
though.
DVR and the HBO. No?
I don't know what it was, but I already pay myself for Netflix, WWE Network, Hulu, Spotify. Something.
Well, you don't have to pay for Netflix. I mean, when I pull up my Netflix, it says Mike, Beth, Eric.
True.
Yeah,
Like
but that
those
doesn't-
three accounts exist on there.
I know, but that
you were
doesn't
worried I
mean-
was going to call and turn you in, and you
No, it
freaked
stopped
out.
working. That's what actually happened. It stopped working
Well,
one
you could
day.
ask me for the login again. I probably had to change the login.
So that's not. I don't know. Whatever. But the point is, right now I'm
Yeah.
paying for these things, and the reality is, if you take away sports, I don't really need DVR. I don't watch anything on regular television that I need. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You'd be
and
surprised,
look
though.
at sports right now. What am I DVRing? The Wings who are 13 and 30.
Yeah, not right this second. I'm talking about the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, I
Have to
mean,
be the day when everything sucks and there's no football or anything, but
Bitch.
at some point, if there was needed, then I would
fair. Just
find a
question,
way
just
to
curious.
do it. Yeah.
Sorry,
I don't
before
need
we
it.
get into it, I need to address this. I see you son of a bitch, you're wearing your Al Assad shirt.
I am.
That is dope, dude. I want one
Brought
of
it
those.
back, yeah. I saved it
How-
from the Salvation Army.
Al
It was
Assad,
en route.
Iraq. That was
Yeah.
the place that was bombed, quote
Bombed,
unquote,
yeah,
by
sure.
Iran
Yeah.
over the dust up that we had a couple weeks ago with them. And you're like, holy shit, that was my base.
Yeah.
You know, where you were doing.
Yeah, one of my souvenirs, a little bit.
And you were turning that thing into goodwill.
I know.
And then the story, it just so happens that
timing is everything.
she hadn't taken all the boxes there yet. And you're like, hold on a second. Is my Al Assad shirt in there? She's like, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, pull that motherfucker out of there. Great call, by the way.
I would have bought that at the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah,
Based
fuck
on the
yeah.
color, probably
No,
the color
because of-
purple?
No.
If you didn't know what Al Assad Iraq
That,
is,
but no, then I wouldn't have. I'm saying
would.
if I had been in a Salvation
What a
Army,
find for someone like
yeah,
E,
if I
a
had been
random.
Yeah.
in the Salvation Army like last week or something, and I just heard all this, fuss about
Yeah,
it, I'd be like,
holy shit, look at that.
shit, there we go.
What is this doing here? They'd
Right.
probably mark it up to
got a little bit of that,
$50
like,
or something.
what affliction
Yeah,
kind of feel to it.
yeah, it's got a little Al Akbar feel to
It's
it.
back to like 2010. So.
Yeah. No, that's dope, dude. I didn't
Yeah.
know what to expect when you said I've got an actual
Yeah.
Al Assad Iraq, from that base T-shirt. But that thing's cool. I'd wear that with pride.
Yeah, man.
For sure. So the reason for the late start is not because of the football games. I actually was running around this afternoon and was feeling so bad. I'm like, I should probably just go to urgent care. I've been on like these because both of us got sick. Was it over Christmas, New
Yeah,
Year's?
between Christmas and New Year's. I got
something
the
like
flu,
that.
Yeah, just kind of started it.
And then ever since then, I haven't been able to breathe. It just kind of the sickness went away, and then I can't breathe. And with my heart issues and stuff, it's I need to take better care and be more responsible. And so Dr. Tommy hooked me up with some steroids. They're not working right, and he's like, dude, you need to get a chest X-ray. Then people will really be able to see what's going on. And I'm like, fuck, it's going to be pneumonia again. It's going to be double pneumonia or something, AIDS, stage
that was my bet.
56 cancer, something horrific. And so I'm like, fuck it, be a man. go to urgent care, and the urgent care I went to last time, they were awesome there. There was nobody in there. I got immediate attention, and it's like I don't think I've seen a man in there. All women working in there, not that in a sexist, misogynistic way, but it was just whatever. But they're the ones that prescribed the meds that made me hallucinate for days. For like 4 days, I was telling her, she's like, really? I'm like, dude,
Put that in my
you
file.
have no idea, Doc.
Don't fucking do that again.
And so I'm like, this is exactly how I felt when I had pneumonia, and I fear. And so she's going through the whole thing with me, you know, that like they do, and then orders a chest X-ray, which I knew I needed, and then I'm sitting there. And last time I was able to just leave. You know, I was like, call me when you figure out what's going on. Calls me while I'm literally in line at, you know, Walgreens to pick up some scripts she had given me. And she's like, you've got double pneumonia. We need to change some things, whatever. And so this time I was like, okay, they did the chest X-ray. I'm going to fuck the right off. And you call me with an update. And so it's not the assistant or whatever, not a doctor, but the assistant comes in the room.
Nurse?
Not really a nurse, though. Kind of an assistant, like a medical student or something. Who knows? But she's like, yeah, okay, that would take about 15 minutes to get the results from the X-rays. We send it off, and then in 15 minutes they'll call us with the results. And I was like, you know what? I got a puppy at home, and my roommate's kind of locked out. So I need to get out of here. She's like, okay, let me ask the doctor. And she comes back, and she's like, yeah, she doesn't want you to go anywhere. I was like, man, boy, that's
I'm going to run a few more tests
good.
here.
It's like, in case you need to go to the emergency room. And I'm just like, nah, boy, that's not good. And so then this other lady comes in. She goes, yeah, man, I need to do an EKG. And I'm like, that good of results from the chest X-ray that we've ordered an EKG. She's like, I need you to take your shirt off and shit. And I'm just like, oh, God.
Just rip it off, start winging it around over your head.
She's like, do you want me to step out of the room? I'm like, what's the fucking point? What's the difference? What, so I can take my shit off and then you can walk right back in and see me, how disgusting I am? You just kidding me? Who
Didn't want to
cares?
watch you struggle trying to get it over your head, baby.
Luckily, she was huge, too, so it was like, she knows my pain. Fuck it, whatever.
Well, that's why she offered it.
Right?
Probably, yeah. You want me
Shirt
to
for
tell-
shirt?
I go, just close the door so the other people walking
That probably
by.
was what I mean, if she's larger, that's probably was it. She's like, look, I know she's going to have to still see this, no offensive, and your words, disgusting
Hey,
body.
watch it.
But-
Jesus. I'm right here.
But
I'm sitting right
But
here.
she probably was like, more for the embarrassment of if you have an issue getting the shirt, now you're stuck, and she's like,
Yep.
that was
Yeah,
more
it was
embarrassing.
I was more like when she goes, I'm gonna have, you know, the table you're on. It's just like the seat, and it's got the, you know, your legs kind of, yours don't, Troy, but they're just deep enough that your legs kind of dangle like a toddler.
Yep.
You know, and then they can pull that rolling like cadaver tray out, and so then your legs are up. She goes, now I gotta put you on I gotta shoot this thing back, and I was like, okay, whoop, boom, instantly, bang, and I'm like, fuck, now I'm a turtle. And so when it's done, they stick all these things. I mean, she's poking my ribs, trying to find like between the ribs where they have to put the stickers for the EKG.
Couldn't find a
And-
rib?
She had to dig really deep to find a rib. And then a couple times she was like, not good enough. Hold on. Whoosh, rip the fucker off. I'm like, God damn. You know, and so she gets it all hooked up. She's like, test only takes a minute. I'm like, I know. I've had a dozen of them. I know how these work. And I'm like, that's not a good sign when they order an EKG after a fucking chest X-ray. She goes, no, not usually.
Great bedside manner.
I was like, right on. And so the test only lasts like a minute. They hook you up to these electrodes, and then and I go, I'm just laying there. My eyes are closed. I'm just like, how bad is it? She goes, I'm not allowed to say anything medically. I'm like, am I going to die today? And she goes, not in here. She goes, if you leave here, I don't know. But judging by this, I would say, no, you're not going to die today. I was like, okay. And so,
Sounds like she gave medical advice against
yeah,
proper protocol.
well, I was begging for it, you know. I was like, come on. And so I'm texting Dr. Tommy. Oh, shit. They just ordered an EKG. I'm dead. This stinks. Dude, I'm there for hours, which is why we're so late today. Because it turns out, dude, I'm there for 3 fucking hours. At least it felt like.
You start running tests like
That's
that,
the
that'll
doctor,
happen.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, the last
Shit,
time
that's a fucking dentist appointment for me sometimes.
I honestly, I was
gotta
like,
know that going in.
there's a lot of cars in the parking lot. Maybe if I walk in there and there's a bunch of people in the waiting room, I'm out. Fuck it, I'd rather die than wait here. And there were a lot of cars, and I walk in, it's the same as I remember it. Not a soul. Like, this is dope. I'll be in and out of here in a half hour. No. And then it takes the doctor forever to come back with the EKG results. And luckily, she goes, it's not pneumonia. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, your heart rate's a little elevated, but all around it doesn't look too bad. I'm like, well, I feel like shit all the time. So she's calling in scripts and whatever, and I haven't got them yet. And she's like, but if you don't feel a lot better in the next like 4 days going on these, and she's like, irrelevant, never mind. You need to go to your cardiologist yesterday. You need to go to him immediately. And and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm a dick, and yeah, it's a whole thing, but fuck. But
Sounds like everything was all right.
Better
far?
than I thought.
Yeah.
See, I work it up in my head, but then now the table's all the way back and I'm laying on it, and she's like, "All right, you're all set. You can get up." And I'm like, "No, I can't."
Little help?
Little help. I'm looking for that.
Put your
fucking-
arm out.
The referee that just wants to fucking help the football player up that
Get
got drilled on the field. And I'm just like, oh, God, my tits must look amazing to her right now.
Laying in your
Oh,
armpits.
God. It's fucking awful, man. Awful. But
Ooh, on the plus side, I had a doctor's appointment this week, and my bone is 100% healed. If you
Yay.
want to feel
Yeah.
Nails.
FYI.
Congratulations.
Attaboy.
Just FYI,
your fake
Mike.
collarbone issue.
Right?
You had that car accident.
Yes.
Nice.
You didn't even think you needed the sling anymore, but you
literally
still had your
100%.
mom driving you everywhere.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, you
that
did.
was
You were
not-
scared to drive.
That is, well, that's whatever. That's fine. That's not true, but it's all right.
All right.
I was
We'll
just trying
save it
to-
for the story.
I was just trying to be an asshole and step in and let you know
Thank
that
you.
I had
He could do the same. He had a
completely-
physical himself.
Oh, yeah, ironically, I was going to say that. It's funny you talk about how the fucking doctor takes forever. I had a doctor's appointment Saturday that I'd forgotten all about. Friday afternoon, I get a call to remind it I have an appointment at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Well, it was the fucking snowpocalypse, right? You had all that snow. So sure as shit, I get a call at whatever, 9 o'clock in the morning from the doctor's office. And I'm like, all right, they're canceling. You know, the doctor's not coming in, whatever. No, they're like, hey, just letting you know the doctor's in. Just want to know we're trying to call everybody, figuring, you know, see who's
coming,
actually
who's
coming,
blowing
who's
us
not,
off.
you know. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, hey, bitch, I got a truck. I'm fucking coming. I'm looking forward to driving in this stuff, you know. She's like, oh, okay, sure. Well, it's wide open, so you can come whenever you want. And I'm like, okay, all right, good deal. So I get there a little before my time, but pretty close. And literally one car in the fucking parking lot.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm
You
shocked
know?
they weren't closed.
So I go in there, give them my shit. Now they had new insurance, right? Last time I was in there, it's changed, but I still have the insurance. And somebody had called me when I talked to the lady Friday, confirmed all my stuff, said good to go, gave her all my card, all that shit. They're like, they got to do it. Now there's a problem because now this chick is calling on Saturday at the snowpocalypse to confirm my insurance, and they're closed
Nobody's
on
there.
a fucking Saturday.
Of course.
Or
Why
can't get
would they
through
be?
or whatever. So they're like, oh, I don't. I'm like, I've been coming here for fucking years. I've always had fucking insurance. You know what I mean? It's like, oh. They're like, do you know what your copay is? I'm like, no, I haven't been here since I've got my new insurance. So no, I really
Yeah.
don't. Okay. It
It's
literally
zero.
it took me. Yeah,
It's
right. No,
free.
I think it's free on this
Right.
one. Yeah. They're like,
$5.
well, he'll probably still see you, but usually, and I'm like, oh, God, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you
Right.
called me, motherfucker. I
Yeah.
just drove here in the snowpocalypse.
So it took me probably 20 or 25 minutes for them to take me back, finally, after the insurance and the
there's
whatever.
no
and all
one
that.
there.
There's nobody else there. The entire time I was there, not one other person walked
Yeah.
in. So then I finally go, do my shit, blood pressure, all that stuff, which I killed, by the way.
Did you really?
110 over 80.
That's
And that
perfect.
was, I stopped on the way there and pushed 2 fucking cars out of the snow on the way to the doctor's appointment.
Why?
Because assholes were stuck. The people that shouldn't be driving in the fucking snow.
You stopped on the way to your doctor's appointment to help to be a good citizen.
Yeah, ain't that a bitch?
You're an asshole.
Well, they weren't like in the ditch. These are assholes. They were just like at the crossroads,
tires.
and they're just literally couldn't get out of the fucking
Tell me you
intersection.
just rammed them.
I thought about it, but I'd probably get sued at that point. But anyway,
So
so I go back to
80. That's fantastic.
yeah, I was pretty proud of myself after pushing 2 cars out
Knowing
of the
what
fucking
your
snow.
lifestyle is like. That's incredible.
Oh, I'm
incredible.
clean living.
Mine was, and they did the. Well, let's try the other finger. I was like, oh God, that's not good. That's not good.
Try the other finger.
You're not getting any oxygen, and I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. I
That's
can't
the whole
breathe.
point, right?
So they did the other, and I was like, how bad is it? She goes, 120 over 90. And I was like, well, 110 over 80 is like perfect, right? She's like, yeah. I was like,
Seems pretty good.
not bad.
It's in the
She's like,
ballpark.
little elevated. I'm like, have you seen worse? She's like, oh yeah, much. I was like, well then, fuck off. Quit looking at me sideways. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I didn't fail that bad. I got a C.
Not
I got a
bad.
C on
Not
the
bad.
test.
Yeah.
So
Better than I would have expected, to be honest with you.
yeah, well, hopefully, I feel better. I felt so good last night. You
Did
know?
you?
Yeah. I mean, no, physically, no. I feel like shit
Oh,
every
after
minute
your
of every
big
day,
win.
but
Congratulations,
my
by the
Niners-
way.
Thank you. I will accept
Going
all
to the Super Bowl.
congratulations. You guys want to clap, whistle, whatever?
Yeah, good
feel
job.
free.
I know you had a lot to do with that.
I am gonna pull for them, I guess. Now
You better.
I mean, yeah.
Wait,
because
you're a Chiefs fan.
no. See, here's the thing.
He was a
about that.
matchup fan.
I like if the Chiefs were playing at home, I would still, even with Mike, 100% be pulling for the Chiefs because I'd want to see the Chiefs fans go.
You suck, man.
No, but because now
So
it's
you're
on
a
a
Chiefs fan?
No. I just like fan bases when a fan base hasn't won in a while, or if I feel that they actually care. They're like not some bullshit like where they like. I'm trying to think. You know, I
Like
don't
the
care.
Patriots?
No,
Dude, my Niners have only been in 6 Super Bowls, and the last one was 2012. It's
Yeah.
been an eternity. These guys,
8 years,
I
an
mean,
eternity.
this
You
is like
poor
bullshit.
bastard.
Oh, the Chiefs have been 50 years. Ugh.
so I cheer for fan base. So like when they won on Sunday, like I love seeing fucking these people who haven't won anything in a long time go crazy and shit. But because it's at a neutral site and I can't, it's not at fucking at the Chiefs. I might as well cheer for San Francisco,
Yeah.
like because they're equal.
And
at
we're the
that point.
visitor. They're the home team technically. So
I don't
the,
really- yeah.
the Chiefs will be
Miami.
wearing their dark reds, and the Niners will be wearing their
I do like
whites.
the red jerseys though.
Yeah, the Niners are trying. They're lobbying the NFL, from what I understand, to wear all white, like they did in that '94 season, like the centennial, like the 75th anniversary of the franchise. Yeah, and I think they won a Super Bowl, maybe. Wearing all
remember
white
seeing any-
pants, white
Any
jersey.
all-white Super Bowl clips? You would know better than I.
Yeah, no. But I know they were interested in that. I don't know if the league will let them do it.
see.
But they'll be
Be
wearing their whites, and the Chiefs will be.
Why can't they? You don't get to pick your fucking what you
No,
get to wear?
Well, I don't know. They
I mean,
made
if you
it
can
sound
wear all
like-
whites, why can't you fucking wear all white?
Yeah. Well, boy, oh boy. You know, I didn't say anything yesterday when we were talking about this. You know, it was like, oh, I'm nervous about the game. Oh my God, I hope it's.
No jinxing.
But I won't jinx. But my thought was, since day one, we're gonna fucking murder the Pack. The Packers are frauds.
Yeah.
The Packers are fucking frauds. Aaron Rodgers is overrated as shit on the back end of his career. That's what I really believed. And so seeing him come out there and fucking kick the shit out of the Packers, felt so justifying. So I just wanted to get that off my chest to the people listening that I really wasn't worried, but I didn't want to take a bunch of shit just in case, you know, something
That's how I would- that's how I would
catastrophic
do it.
happened.
Yeah.
But I really had no fear of this Packers team. I was like, no. I saw it with my own eyes, as did UT, what the Niners did to that Packers squad in Week 12.
I would have been
And they
nervous.
just
You
didn't-
weren't really nervous. I mean, dude, it's still one game. Anything can
I know,
happen.
and you're right. Anything can happen. You get overconfident, but dude, the run, like, I love Dan Orlovsky. It's so funny. Like, Dan Orlovsky is this career backup quarterback who I don't know if anyone's paying attention, but is absolutely killing it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And on
Ex-Lions quarterback.
ESPN. Yeah, Lions quarterback for many
Famous
years.
for his safety, but
Against Minnesota. Yeah, ran out the back of the end zone. And every year on that date, I mean, anyone that disagrees with Dan Orlovsky, they're like, oh, well, at least I didn't run out the back of the end zone, fag. You know, like everybody throws that at him and he just owns it. Like, whatever, dude.
Exactly.
But he's probably the best person in America right now, like breaking down film. And it's so fun to watch. And it's like, you always hear this, like, oh, this young coach is a genius, revolutionary offense. It can't be stopped. You know, you hear that about Kyle Shanahan or, oh, yeah, you know, Andy Reid's blah, blah, blah. You know, what he's doing with Mahomes. And you're like, you know, it looks like regular route running, I guess. I mean, for the most part, you see some different, you know, end around runs and kind of hidden shit. But if you're not into that thing, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, jet sweeps going around the fucking tailback or whatever. And he breaks this shit down, dude, in 2-minute clips where it's like, here's why this is indefensible. Here's why this Niners team cannot be stopped with their running game. And I'm like, oh, tell me more. I'm listening. And it's like, look at this team load 7 in the box. Niners have 5 on the front line. That's it. 5 on 7. This is a defensive win, period. Jet sweep goes this way, takes this guy out. Now it's 6 on 5. This guy peels off, goes this way, takes this guy out. Now it's a mismatch, flipped for the offense, and you see Mostert, boom, hit a hole, and he's gone. You're like, holy shit, that was brilliant. I love this coach. And so you're just seeing this time. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
I know some people
It's
are
very
like,
well, I know,
enough,
right,
we
shut
don't
up.
care. But
They do. They run motion on like 80% of their plays or something
Yeah,
crazy. I saw
it's-
like that, which just keeps it on their toes. So
And then I was at the store today, and the guys there I've known for a while. And they're, hey, Mike, congratulations, your Niners, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, my Niners. And this fucking 400-pound black dude sitting there waiting for lotto tickets like, it ends now. Ain't beating Kansas City. I was like, ugh.
okay,
Am I really going to turn and address this right now and get into it?
say good luck.
I
sir.
need to walk away and just be done with it. But of course I addressed it. I was like, sir, what are you talking about? As a defense beats offense in championship games all the time. Not this time. I said, well, we'll see, fucker. We'll see.
historically, but no, not
Take
this
the
time.
guy's number? Or
No, I
something?
didn't.
mean,
I didn't even
would've-
wage
I was
anything.
gonna say you could have
Nothing
laid a
on the
bet
line.
down. I'm sure they
I
know
think
it's
I would
not.
have, dude. I think I would have got the guy's number so I could text him.
So,
To be honest with you.
this is going to be a anxious couple weeks for me, waiting for February 2nd. Groundhog Day, by the way.
It's my ironically my wedding anniversary.
My sister's birthday.
Ex's wedding, my ex wedding anniversry.
Yeah.
I was new when I heard
You don't
Punk's-
still count that, do you?
No, but when I heard Punxsutawney Phil, I had to go fucking buy something. It was a nice, and it was ironic foreshadowing as well, like the
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day, like the
Well,
movie.
I will never
Shit
forget it.
over and
Only because it's my sister's birthday, and so Punxsutawney Phil, Groundhog Day, the movie, like all of that,
Yep.
comes up on that day. But that's the Super Bowl is that day. What is it? 54, 53, 54. LIV.
LIV,
know.
yeah.
I don't like the L in there, dude. I got to be honest,
Well, when you start getting up in those big numbers, you want a whole line of X's. What do you want?
dude. Look at the bottom of any movie.
I
you
like
watch.
3 X's as much as the next guy, but you get past that, you got to start shortening it up.
Look at any movie you watch, and at the bottom, copyright MCM LXV, da 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 da, da, and it's like 1986, and it's this whole fucking Roman numerals thing. That's where we're going, gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's where we're going with Super Bowl. It's like when it was XIX, and it's like, okay, 10 plus the other X would be 10, but there's a 1 before, there's an I before it, so that's 19. Super Bowl XVI, 10, 15, 16. Okay, got it.
Yep.
LVI.
You're just describing how Roman numerals work.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
Look, I
pretty
don't wanna,
well
I
actually.
don't want to learn
so-
new math.
You don't
dude.
have to learn.
You already know
anything.
L's 50,
Like, what do you
so
mean?
I think you're there. I think you're good.
You don't even really need to know what number it is.
I know, but I want to.
I want to have a
sorta
Roman
do.
numeral math off with you and E. I'm gonna start just throwing
I bet I
letters at
could
you
beat
guys.
E.
Probably because you know what L is 50.
L is
L,
50.
E,
IV.
if we didn't say it, would you have known L was 50?
Yeah, because of the Super Bowl.
You would?
Yes. Yeah, probably because of the Super Bowl.
If we weren't in this conversation, I asked you what's 50 in
I
Roman
don't
numerals,
know.
you would not have known.
Yeah.
I guess not. But no. I don't know. Am I supposed to know Roman numerals?
wouldn't have
Who gives
fucking
a
That's
shit?
what he was saying. He was going to test you against me.
Okay, yeah. I guess I might lose. Oh
Yeah,
no.
you'll probably lose many matchups against me.
LXVI. I think you guys can figure it out. It's pretty.
I know, but
pretty
when we start
basic.
getting, dude, one day, way down the road, we're going to start getting into MCMs.
Nah, you won't.
and-
For one, you won't have to worry about the NFL.
No, I won't be alive.
won't be
but-
around. Might
yeah.
not see LL.
What do you think the line is to open this game?
I don't.
I
think
mean, it's got to
one,
be
isn't it?
close. It's
You've
got
watched
to be.
both these teams. Who do you guys like? Kansas
I think
City.
It's got to be close. It damn near a pick 'em, but I would say
Good call, T.
I would say
think
it's
it's one,
probably
isn't it? I
like
already heard.
oh, did you? I was going to
Is
say
it gone
it's
to a
probably
1?
1 or 1.5. I
Yeah.
would think, and
you know which
probably I would guess Kansas City
Favored.
would be favored, and that's total fucking guess.
It
but-
opened as a pick 'em.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there
why
you
I
go.
said good call, T.
Right on.
I don't know. Those can move. Those lines can move.
And they
a
will
lot
just
in
wherever the
2
money
weeks.
goes. Yeah, so it'll follow
So-
the money. So it'll be interesting to see which way that goes.
And I understand people that, when your team, like we remember with the Wings, when you haven't been there in 50 years, what was the Wings, 42 years or something, 43 years?
exactly remember, but yeah, around there.
Around there. Chiefs fans, like, fuck them, first off, fuck them. But I get it. 50 years since you've made an appearance there or won there with the Super Bowl. But I don't care. It's been, dude, almost 8 years since the Niners were in the Super Bowl. And so I'm.
Feels like forever, doesn't it?
feels like an
I
eternity.
know. As a Lions fan, I feel your pain.
And this Mahomes, holy shit.
He's a real deal. He's
He
fun to
is
watch.
Unbelievable. And I know E and a lot of people were rooting for that. Hey, the first Super Bowl.
I wasn't really, by the way. I didn't really care.
So you're just being a dick.
No, I mean, I did think it would be. There's a weirdness to it that would have been kind of interesting, I suppose, but not really. I didn't give a shit. really.
Yeah. Well, it's it would have been cool. That matchup would have been okay with a lot of people. Packers, replaying that first one in their 100th season of the league. But fuck that. Most people wanted to see the best offense versus the best defense. Traditionally, defense wins those battles. I'm not as confident going into this game as I was going into the Packer game. Mahomes is just, dude, he is putting up numbers this league has never seen. Now, I know his weapons are off the charts. His weapons are off the charts.
Yeah.
11 TDs in his playoffs, 0 interceptions. He's in his third year. He didn't even play in his first year, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible what he's doing. Kansas City becomes the first team in NFL history to go from trailing by double digits to winning by double digits in consecutive playoff games. Yeah. Garoppolo, 102 passer rating on the season, and only 3 points less than Mahomes, but they are using them in entirely different ways.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
What did he end up with? Like 8 passes? Well, it was single digits, wasn't it, Garoppolo?
Garoppolo, like 2 weeks in a row
Yeah.
in the postseason, in an ass whooping.
Whatever.
He went
Game
6
game plan.
for 8 for 77 yards passing.
Yeah.
6
they
for
kicked
8
ass.
for 77 yards. Rodgers threw for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, a couple picks. The one I won't even count at the very end of the
late,
game.
sure.
You know, the Sherman one. So basically, 340 yards passing and a couple touchdown passes, and got his fucking ass beat by a team that threw 6 for 8 for 77 yards.
Couldn't stop the run. That's why it's funny. Somebody came by today earlier and said the same thing about, oh, you're not going to fucking win the Super Bowl. You passed fucking 8 times. So, they won the game.
Yeah.
They didn't have to pass, obviously, to win the game. So why does the fucking passing numbers mean anything? It's not that he doesn't have to. It's whatever your strength against weakness is going to win the game. So
And the
if you can
fact
run it
is-
all fucking over them, do it.
The fact is,
If it
you
wins
know,
a Super Bowl, Garoppolo would be happy going 0 for 0
those
if
guys
he
don't
could.
care.
Right.
If your defense and run game is strong enough, none of them care.
Doesn't matter.
And the fact is, when push came to shove and it was like, okay, you're going against an offensive juggernaut, the Saints at home on a primetime game in a shootout, the Niners won that game 48-46 or something,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And so are they capable of going into that mode? Absolutely they are. So it's not that there isn't precedent already set for a team able to do that. Now comes the fun part, though, because the time between the championship game and the Super Bowl is 2 fucking weeks. And it's 2 weeks of the media making a story out of anything they can.
Everything they can.
Anything and everything. So-and-so stubbed his toe. So-and-so got a new dog. So-and-so said this about that guy, and it's blackboard material. You know, the commercials, whatever. And now we've got a new one, and that is Ms. Katie Sowers. You know who Miss Katie Sowers is? Of course, you do, T. Maybe not by name.
I'm aware. Is that the coach of which you speak?
Yes, that is
Okay,
the
yes.
girl on the Microsoft ad.
Yes.
That so they use, it's like the iPad, right?
The not the what the fuck they call that thing? The little tablet that they use. Everybody
Yeah.
uses Surface, I think. Surface? Surface Pro? I think it's the Surface
Maybe
Pro.
yeah, Surface Pro. Yeah.
Yeah.
She got tapped to do this Microsoft.
I doubt she got that.
Yeah, this Microsoft ad. And so it's like, hey, I'm the first female coach in the NFL. You know, I work with the San Francisco 49ers. And making history again, be the first female, first woman, and first openly gay woman in Super Bowl history. And I was watching a piece they were doing in the Bay Area. If you go on one of those NBC Bay Area channels, you can nerd out and watch their press conferences and shit. And so they're doing they're desperate for stories. And so she's talking on it. And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm a football coach and all that stuff.
What
And
does she do? I don't understand.
she's an assistant coach with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're promoting
First
her.
female assistant coach in the
Gotcha.
NFL.
Right. And so
What level of assistant coach? Like
she's
Third.
she's
I
an
don't-
assistant, an
Assistant
offensive.
to the assistant.
Yeah.
the
She
assistant.
gets coffee for the. No, I'm kidding. She's an offensive assistant with the 49ers, works a lot with the receivers.
Gotcha.
Stuff like that.
She looks like she could suit up.
And she used to.
Yeah.
She, but I'm watching her. She's like, yeah, you know, I came out as gay out of my family in like, you know, 3rd grade, whatever it was. And she's like, I sat them all down and said, I want you to know I love pussy and blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, no shit, obviously. They fucking knew that right away. Shit. You came out of your mom and tried to jump back in her vagina and eat her out. Like, yeah, we knew like immediately.
We were wondering why you didn't know. We were going to tell you. We were going to have an intervention for you. Can you quit
just
pretending, please? We
Admit
know.
this now? Like, what's going on here? So,
You started shaving the side of your head at 7. We knew.
So they say she is not a diversity hire. She football obsessed since she was a girl growing up in Kansas. Former player in the Women's Football Alliance. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
But she was.
Is that where they wear the bra and panties and stuff?
No, that's the lingerie bowl team.
Oh.
That's very misogynistic.
Oh, I'm just curious. I'm
suggest.
trying to figure out. That's the only time I've seen women play football.
Do you remember that league, E? There was like the lineman. It was like
No.
you had 22 girls on a field, none of which had ever even seen a dick. Like it was like butch fucking.
It's like softball.
Yeah. So she's a former player in that. She once intercepted 5 passes in a playoff game, returned 3 for touchdowns.
Oh shit!
It was in a chick football league, but
Wow.
still.
Right. Hey, still impressive. She caught it.
This is her 3rd season with the Niners. She's impressed the players with her drive, knowledge, and energy. Now, if you're a player on this team and you have this openly gay female coach,
You can't say anything.
if
man.
I'm not saying they would know more than I would. Jimmy Garoppolo, she's been tremendous. Katie was here before I was, but just what she does with the receivers, all the skill position guys, how she interacts with them, it's special. She's feisty, man. Katie is awesome out there.
She knows exactly how I like my coffee.
Kyle Juszczyk, their Pro Bowl fullback. Katie's been phenomenal. She's someone we've been able to lean on. If I ever have a question on a route or something, no hesitation, I can go talk to her. I'm supposed to believe Kyle Juszczyk has questions about a route.
Hey.
Okay, all right. She's a phenomenal asset to our team. Now, that might be 100% true. However, if it was not 100% true, could they say anything else?
I think you just wouldn't say anything, though.
Probably.
But if you're asked point blank,
Yeah, you say it. It doesn't matter, right? She's still there. It's been 3 years, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you could probably never fire.
no,
She's
no. There's no firing the first lesbian female coach in NFL history.
How fast until the next domino falls? Now that they've broken that barrier, because now you know how everybody's got to be so woke. Everybody's got to rush to be, the next thing.
I don't know. And you know what? My views have changed a lot over the years on this. Like, I used to be like, fuck you. You don't know what it's like to put the pads on and get out there and fucking smash helmets like we do. As if I know what it's like to really get out there
Yeah.
and
Coaches
smash
that have
heads.
never played. I mean,
True.
No,
Very
I
true.
know, E, and that's kind
Yeah.
of where it's going. Women are traditionally probably smarter than men are. And, to get a fresh perspective on schemes and whatnot, I'd love to see Condoleezza Rice in a front office position in the NFL.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would. She's a brilliant woman, absolutely loves the game.
Competent.
Competent. Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice. Sounds like a Mexican dish. Yeah, so anyways, she credits a mentor, longtime executive, Scott Pioli, with getting her on the NFL radar. So he was an assistant GM with the Falcons. He hires her in 2016 as a coaching intern in training camp, which I don't know if you can get any lower on the totem pole, which is not a
gotta
knock,
start
not a knock.
somewhere,
You got to
sure.
start somewhere, absolutely. Just saying, a coaching intern in training camp, wow. And then a scouting intern. It was there she met Kyle Shanahan, then the offensive coordinator of the Falcons. So he's, front office of the Falcons, hires her. And then he gets straight, he goes to San Francisco and immediately hires her. Katie did a real good job for us in Atlanta. She's done a really good job here. She helps receivers coach Mike LaFleur out just with some rotations, and she helps our quality control coaches out with all the stuff they have to do.
Yeah, with the quality,
I don't know what
controlling the quality.
I don't know what I don't know what that means, quality control, and just with all the stuff they have to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means.
Laundry, coffee.
So usually
Towels aren't going to wash themselves. That's all I'm saying.
the gay community, Out Magazine has done interviews with her and whatnot. They give a lot of credit to the 49ers because usually you don't see, the offensive line coach. You certainly don't see the fucking assistant to the assistant receivers coach giving press conferences and interviews. They don't want those fuckers saying anything. And so, for the good of the cause, female in sports, professional NFL football, and, the gay community, they credit the 49ers a lot with letting her do interviews and be out there, and they encourage her to get out there, which
And do commercials and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Especially
So-
San Francisco, it's the home of pride. out
Yeah.
there.
And I imagine you guys are going to get very tired of hearing about Katie Sowers over the next 2 weeks.
I'm tired of the
You or from
commercial.
No. I'm doing my Katie Sowers now.
Okay.
And shut up, E. I can see you look in your
There's
fucking
gonna
face.
see
Shut
you're
up.
gonna see a
I'm not
lot.
gonna watch all this build up, man.
Well, most people do. A lot of people watch the stories leading up to the Super Bowl.
He will,
Right?
Because
Yeah.
it's Niners.
I
He'll
don't
watch.
I watch
It'll
him-
be
I watch him every
24
year.
hours a day.
Yeah,
The suffering I've gone through, the 8 years that I've had to suffer without my team being in the Super Bowl. You kidding me? It's been torture for 8 years.
Again, agonizing.
And
No pity.
But I watch a lot of those feel-good stories and, the scrounging for stories. I'm just saying, my guess is Katie Sowers is going to be very sought-after story because of the angle, So,
Really
you heard
think
it
she
here
was
first.
the highest, the best qualified? Just out of curiosity.
which I don't know.
Really think she was the best qualified for that hire?
I mean, he brought her over from another place, I guess. He didn't
Well,
have to at that point. He could have left her.
Could have.
Yeah, I could have just ignored her.
And no, I'm just saying, no one would have probably dug into that.
I'm just curious. That's all I'm saying. I think she was the most qualified for that position.
But in
Maybe she is. I
fairness-
don't know. Just throwing it out
Yes,
there.
and none of us know. We don't know what the assistant to the receivers coach does or quality control for the whatever they do.
Yeah.
We don't know what that means.
Controlling the quality. Come on.
Right.
Get it together.
But the
been over
players,
that.
the players are speaking highly, saying, "Dude, if I have a question about a route, apparently she's like they don't even notice her. It's not like, oh, there's the lesbian woman. It's like she's first one in, works her ass off, and just grinds.
She's like one of the guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
I see what you did there.
on that chick. Am I right?
Right.
Look at that ass.
But my guess is you could say that about any coach at any
I know. I'm
on
just
an
fucking
NFL
around.
team. No, I know, but in reality, you could probably go, is that guy the best guy in the world for the job? I don't know if she is or not. Seems to be working right now.
Yeah. Can't argue with
I
it.
feel like there's probably a lot of people that are working in the Lions organization and are not the best guy for the job.
Yeah, maybe they need to bring her in. Sign her up.
Katie
Let's
Sowers.
go. Get some
That's-
Katie
that's-
Sowers on the.
Hey, she's a receivers coach, helps the receiving coach team, and that team threw 6 passes for 77 yards in the championship game
Yeah.
and won. So that's
is
big.
That quality
I
is
don't know.
controlled.
Maybe they get 74 yards
efficient.
passing, if not for Katie Sowers.
Maybe.
So
Thank God for her.
Beyonce,
Beyonce, Queen Bee,
Bay.
Bay.
Where do we stand on Beyonce?
I could really give a shit.
You want to?
She's okay. I actually like her.
Yeah. E, do you have
I
any?
have no opinion on Beyonce.
How can you have no opinion on Beyonce?
I
you go.
didn't- no, for real.
Everyone thinks she's hot. I think she's got a fat ass.
I neither
that would be an
dislike
opinion.
her nor like her. And as far as if she's good looking, I
think she
don't
dropped,
think she's as ugly as some-
Destiny's Child's like a bad habit. And went
She
off.
did.
Yeah.
What's
So
her name?
fuck you girls.
Beyonce.
What?
Yeah, what's
she has
her
a
name?
kid, Ivy Park.
Is that the only one? I thought they had a couple.
They might have a couple, but they're all stupid named.
I don't think she's. I think some people think she's bigger. Like I don't know. There's a few people think that she's gained a lot.
I think
of
she's
weight.
hot,
I think
actually.
she's. Yeah, I think she's
Oh,
attractive.
Yeah.
That's an old picture, E. That is
Okay,
not.
I'm not going
current.
like now, but I mean, I think she's
Well,
still
I think if
probably
we're gonna
hot.
have the
She could be a
discussion, we
little
go
thick.
now.
All right, well then let's see what we're talking with. What are we dealing?
So go Ivy Park collection.
See, Jay-Z was getting a little loose, then she fucking reeled him in and put him on blast, and now
No,
he's
Jay Z
now
fucked
he's
someone.
I know.
Who did he bang.
well, whatever. And so now that he's back and he's,
I mean, I guess
she
this
can
is
just let it go a little bit.
Yeah. Oof. Whatever.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. I kind of have no opinion. I don't have a
Yeah.
favorable or
Would,
negative.
would either of you join the Beehive?
I
What,
guess not.
what does that entail?
Assuming her
What
fan
do I
club.
have to do?
I don't know. Probably pay a few bucks a month or something.
No, God no.
Well, she is facing serious backlash, and I mean serious backlash, for not being size inclusive after her highly anticipated Adidas. She teamed with Adidas to launch the Ivy Park collection, which is her kid. Dropped this weekend with sizes only going up to an extra large. And fat people are not happy.
Not having it?
The newly released collection is made up of gender-neutral activewear. The fuck is gender-neutral activewear?
Like a jogging suit?
Jumpsuit.
Yeah, well, it's Adidas, so I mean, anybody could wear just a jogging suit, the standard black white stripe.
Biker shorts.
Okay, well,
Is
hey,
that spandexy?
probably. And listen, I don't
Hoodies
know.
and sports bras.
Let's get back to the fucking
How do you
biker
do
shorts.
gender-neutral sports bras?
You don't want to go above an XL in a fucking biker short. So I think she's doing the world a favor by not going over an XL in a biker short.
By the way, if you're wondering, if she made the right decision on some things. Her collection sold out completely at Nordstrom in less than 24 hours. Gone. Not a single item is available for purchase anymore.
Not at Lane Bryant, though. She's not in there.
No, she's not. She's probably not in the rack either.
No?
Nordstrom rack. I'm getting, when your shit's selling out that
Is
fast.
that the big stuff?
No,
Oh, yeah, no,
the
yeah, that's not, you
discounted
never
shit.
even get into there.
I love Beyonce. I am a noted member of the Beehive. This is not me speaking. This is someone on Twitter.
You didn't put the air quotes out with your finger first.
No, neither
know.
did this person. It is also incredibly disappointing that a woman who has made inclusion a part of her brand willfully excluded plus-sized people from her athleisure line.
Whoa, is that what? Wait.
Athleisure? Athleisure.
Oh, leisure and athletic together? That is fucking ridiculous.
That's according to
athleisure?
Yvette Dion.
Athleisure. Athleisure? Would that be probably
athleisure.
the athleisure?
Athleisure?
Yeah, like
See it?
A-L.
That's basically what girls have
Yeah.
been doing with the yoga pants for
Athletic
the
and
last 10,
leisure.
15 years.
Yeah, he's got a real hang up with the yoga pants. He thinks women are hiding a lot of fucking faults.
What?
with
Well,
the
not,
yoga
How
not,
can they-
that's
I
not
can't- they
that.
can't
It's not
hide
just
anything.
that.
What are you
It's
talking
not-
about?
No, that's not what I.
What's your problem? The yoga pant covers a lot.
Well, I do think that, yes. I mean, I do think it makes, obviously asses look way better than they actually are a lot of times. But my actual hang up on it was always that it just became this thing that was like able to wear around in any circumstance. So now they're able to go on fucking dates or they're at the Applebee's and that's what they're
Yeah.
wearing. And it's like, this is ridiculous. And
I am so okay with it. I mean, obviously,
I
there's
fucking
like
hate it.
ones that have no
Well-
business wearing those pants, but overall, I'm a
Well-
big fucking fan.
So am I. I went to the mall the year E first started bitching about this, probably 3 or 4 years ago.
I've been bitching on it even for a while now.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
but-
It's been a few years, and I wasn't familiar with this trend. Like I'm just not out in the world that much. I don't see a lot of these things, and I had to go to the mall Christmas shopping or some bullshit one year, and what I saw was 100, and I mean 100% of the women, fucking Nana to 3-year-old, wearing yoga pants and Uggs boots.
it's really just-
and it was Uggs boots and yoga pants for everyone.
I should say, when I always say yoga pants, but in reality, what I'm referring to is the black leggings.
Yeah, well,
Like
same
I'm
thing.
referring,
Yes,
I know,
again,
but that's what
for
I'm
clarification,
actually,
yes,
but
that's what I meant.
yes,
to.
I'm not technically talking about like there are ones that are more legit yoga pants, where you know what I mean, versus just the cheap black leggings.
Ultimately, that does the same thing.
But my issue with it, Troy, is just like I said, like a girl can literally go on a. It's like deemed okay to go on a date, even like wear these black leggings, throw a nice shirt, quote unquote, on it.
yeah,
And
but
it's like,
to Troy's point,
You know what you're getting.
chicks look hot as shit.
I
in
don't
the
care. I
film.
want them to fucking dress up if they're going to go out. This notion that they can just wear these.
What, you want to be that
10
guy that's telling women how they need to dress?
Right.
I think that you should fucking have some fucking personality and wear
Class?
something
You
that
want- you mean
that-
class, not
No,
personality.
No, I mean personality. Have some personality and wear some actual style.
You want them to dress
and I
up
don't
for
think that a guy
Applebee's?
should be able to have to go to a fucking job. I don't think a guy. Or I go on a fucking date. Imagine if a dude showed up on a date in sweatpants. What this girl would think, and that's what she's doing, is showing up in sweatpants.
Well, women
my
are doing
opinion.
that to themselves, being judged for sexuality, over-sexualizing, having men, oh, what are you looking at? Well, I'm just a lady. I keep seeing, because I'm watching, obviously, a lot of the 49er Bay Area coverage, and they keep promoting Matt Mayoko and some Asian woman. I fucking know her name. But, she's with the team all the time and all this stuff. And so they've just got a still image of Matt Mayoko, who's like, who would be the beat writer for the Lions? Dave Burkett, locally, he's their version of that. And this chick who covers him too. And
Or
it's just
Jennifer
a-
Hammond, the Hammer.
The Hammer. There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah, Jamie Samuelson, whatever. And so they've just got a still image of Matt Mayoko standing with so-and-so, Asian woman. And Matt is in a suit with a tie, black suit, black tie, smiling. And she's standing next to him in a fucking top, like a sport coat, cut straight down the middle with a lace bra covering half her titty. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
This is what-
But take me
sorry.
seriously as a journalist.
I am a journalist. I mean, dude, I say it all the time. It's like if we walked around in short shorts with like half a ball hanging out on each side of our leg, like, eyes up here, ladies, eyes up here, with sparkles and glitter on our ball bags. It's absurd. I don't know why I got there. But anyways, so Beyonce is just, fat chicks are not happy. Plus sizes, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
So this chick says, and this is not the first time, and they say, okay, she's referring to her first Ivy Park collection. It's also only available in sizes XS, extra small, to XL. Candice Benbow pointed out that just a few years ago, the singer was praised for inclusivity when she included plus-size dancers at a Coachella show. Her background singers, the Mamas. Sounds like a real...
Yeah.
I want to see that show. The Mamas. Dancing behind Beyonce. Are also full-figured women. The size diversity of her performers has been used as examples of her body-positive message. We can love her and still say Bay is wrong for Ivy Park's size exclusion. You cannot celebrate the inclusivity of your other projects, having plus-size dancers and background singers, but ignore us again when it comes to this. The exclusion is intentional, and I'm tired.
How
You're
big?
always tired. You're huge.
To be inclusive, how many X's do you have to put onto that line?
5.
Do you go up to like a 5XL?
I think there
What
were,
do you think?
I think there were 4
Yeah.
and possibly 5.
There's I
that we're
don't
bitching.
care how many X's you put on there. You're leaving somebody out. There's somebody that needs another fucking X.
Yeah.
Even in yoga pants.
Yeah, yeah. I stan Beyonce.
Can you imagine shoveling yourself into a fucking 4XL yoga pant?
Oh.
Just that process. I would love to watch that fucking go down in time lapse because I don't have that kind of time to waste.
Ivy Park,
Time
not,
lapse.
Ivy Park not having plus sizes is so gross.
I'm going to
I
say
would
the
argue the
opposite,
opposite.
actually.
The exact opposite of the start of your sentence, madam, is true. Ivy Park not having plus sizes is so gross, considering Adidas did $6.41 billion in revenue last quarter, and nothing they're selling is so revolutionary that it would take time to size up. They can afford to, and they know how to. They choose not to. Ahead of the release,
I'd like,
Beyonce-
wait a minute, in that sentence, I mean, look at I believe that I'm sure she has the money, but it is funny that they choose to just say, they can afford to, and they, well,
And they should.
And they should. Well, maybe their business
me,
is
because
like,
me.
They
Why
can,
should they? Because me.
they can afford to.
I have let myself go so far that I'm not included in fat people's clothes sizes anymore. They went up to extra large for you, madam. I don't know. You know, what is their responsibility? Do you need them to go to 4X?
It's a business. They can choose to sell whatever purchase they want.
Ahead of the release, they say Beyonce sent her celebrity friends boxes filled with the entire collection. Some critics noted she didn't send boxes to plus-size stars.
Well, it wasn't going to fit. Why would you bother?
Yeah. While others argued that wasn't true. Plus-size stars such as Lizzo, she was on SNL.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. Was she the one that fell down on stage?
Did she? I didn't
Not on
see that,
SNL,
no.
but on something else. We watched her fall backwards on stage. And
She's a biggin.
and pregnant model Ashley Graham. Not that you'd know. I mean, Ashley Graham pregnant, Ashley Graham not pregnant. I mean, same.
Oh, yeah, right. Obviously.
So they both took to Instagram to show footage of themselves modeling pieces of line. Look, if Lizzo and Ashley Graham are fitting into this line of clothing,
If that's
Yeah.
considered the XL, how big is this person?
Lizzo's in an XL?
Lizzo and Ashley Graham both went to Instagram and look, hey, here we are wearing our RV Park collection.
Really?
If Lizzo fits in,
Can we get a little side by
how
side?
fucking big is the woman bitching that you don't have another size bigger?
Again, yeah, that. I would have put that in the multiple X category.
Ashley Graham is not a true plus size. Her stomach is flat. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh Jesus! I almost, I almost spit that out.
Okay. Ashley Graham. Do you know Ashley Graham? Have you seen images?
I
Steve?
know.
We can pull some up.
Yes. I would
Because-
like a reference for this,
And don't you
and
dare.
I want to see the stomach.
Don't you dare, Troy, say anything negative about Ashley Graham's
How would I
body.
ever?
Because
Wait,
she
is this the
gorgeous?
Is this the one that was like the first plus size model chick?
It's one of them. What are you pulling up, Lizzo
Well,
or
I was
Ashley
trying
Graham?
to find the Lizzo thing, but I'll pull up her, I guess.
Yeah.
Ashley Graham, right?
Ashley Graham, yeah. We've pulled her up numerous times, Ian. Nobody's ever said a negative word. You'll get canceled.
How dare you?
You might
Yeah.
get the show canceled.
Right.
If you say, like, oh my God, that chick's fucking disgusting. Why would I want to see her in magazines? Like, canceled.
No, forget
So
about it.
nobody here. Yeah.
Wait, aren't those the Kardashians?
Yeah. Wait, which one is she? Is she the pig on the
That was Chloe Kardashian. On the right.
I know, me too. That's OJ's daughter on the left, right?
What is happening? That's one of them. That's an
You can
Ashley
find
Graham?
better examples of Ashley
I
Graham.
don't know why there's not.
All right. Well, I can see that as I think Lizzo's bigger than her, right? I could.
Yeah.
By a
Yeah, I
mile.
was going to say. So
And
I could
those
see
are not
that
true
being an XL, borderline. But I could. Well, she's not that. I mean,
She's way bigger in other things, right? E.
I don't know.
Who's the tattooed one?
You're thinking of someone.
am I- who's the tattooed
I don't know
one?
her name, but that's that's.
well,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
she
not to
could
just
shove
go-
that into an XL for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
thinking of somebody else.
Who's the fat
I don't
pig
know.
tattooed one?
I don't know, but I know
Who's constantly mad at everybody for shaming her for being
Yeah.
fat?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Can I get a Lizzo just for reference? Just I want to see
So this-
Yeah, didn't
Now
she
that I can
work at
see
a
it.
Lakers game or something on camera?
something
and,
like that. Yeah.
like in a thong.
Yeah, with all of it hanging out.
This isn't necessarily the image that she was talking about, but this is Lizzo.
Yeah.
She bigger.
No, it looks good. It's a good look.
Oh, so okay. Well, see, there you go. There's the difference.
Yeah. What?
Why Ashley Graham's not a true plus size, and Lizzo is
Why?
the fucking fupa.
Yeah.
That's what they said. She's got a flat stomach, so she's
Yeah,
not a true plus
yeah.
size, and that fucking fanny pack. It looks like a denim fanny pack.
That tattoo is not going to age well when stretching kicks in.
Where did this one go? I mean,
I don't think those are
flat
real tats.
stomach,
See,
though.
that's not bad.
No.
Ashley Graham has a pretty face.
Yes.
It's still not a flat stomach, though. I
Well,
mean,
compared to that,
What we
when it
just
was,
saw,
sure.
yeah,
Well,
what we
yeah.
just blinded ourselves
Yeah,
with.
That's
it's pretty
that's-
fucking flat.
And that's the difference in a couple axes right there.
Some people could not resist comparing Beyonce to Rihanna, who was widely praised for size inclusivity when she released her Savage X Fenty lingerie line.
Riri's got a lingerie line
For fat
for the
chicks.
biggins.
Look, everybody's entitled to feel sexy.
Yeah.
I know I am a disgusting piece of work.
You put yourself in a nice little teddy, you might feel a little different.
No.
I think you'd fill it out
Dude,
nicely.
Me in a thong, me in a fucking tank. No, me in fishnet, anything. No.
Yeah.
But I know that. I'm not gonna like get mad at E for going, ugh. When he looks at me, when E looks at me, and if he catches a glimpse of me like putting a shirt on and he vomits, like I can't get
fair.
mad at him
It's
for that.
yeah, it's a legit
It's
response.
not his fault that he saw something so hideous that it brought him to vomit.
Yeah.
You know, and so much of this, I just feel like like I don't go to Abercrombie and Fitch. Like I knew a long time ago. Okay, you're fucking with your side. Like XL is not
No,
really
God,
XL.
no.
I would have to find a 5X shirt at Abercrombie
Yeah.
because they don't want me. They don't want people as gross as me walking around town wearing their shit, right?
Fair, yeah. There's a
And
bunch
I
of
don't
that.
blame them.
No. Yeah, all that stuff, I couldn't wear it.
Forever 21 girls, like the outfits there are meant for a certain type of person, and I don't know that it's like it doesn't fit me, so you're a fucking piece of shit. It's like, okay, well go to Lane Bryant, sweetie. What else can I say? There's big and tall stores,
They
and
got nice stuff there, man.
go online.
Yeah.
Just stop whining about it. It's not. It doesn't. I go there and they go.
All
we
about
have,
inclusivity.
We have small and medium, and I go, oh, okay. I guess I'm not shopping there.
No.
And I go on to the next thing. I don't want them taken down. I don't want to shame the store. It's like, yeah, it's not for me.
Just because they make, again, 4X yoga pants doesn't mean they should wear them.
You should watch, even though I kind of got tricked into it, because to be honest with you, I thought I thought the whole thing was going to be about this. Although it's actually kind of, in a way, it's better this way. But there's this Kevin Hart thing on Netflix. It's like a 6-part documentary, I guess, about him or whatever. And
New?
Yeah, pretty new. The only reason I decided I wanted to watch it was because they tease you with the idea that it deals with the how he dealt with the homophobic tweets and the Oscar
Oh, from
ceremony.
like 10 years ago?
No, that was last
Well, 10
year.
years ago
Well,
were the original tweets, and then
Right.
Okay,
the
yeah,
Oscar
yeah,
fallout.
okay,
though.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Him coming back from
Got
that.
it.
Bullshit,
Yeah.
but-
So they kind of teased me with that. I thought that's what it was going to be about, and it appears almost like they were just doing a documentary on him to try to show like him trying to become a mogul and a billionaire and how hard he works, but he's had some fuck ups when he cheated on his wife and yada yada. But they kind of caught him. Like that's what it appears to me, that they were already filming this thing, and then it happened to be in the moment when they got to experience this this Oscar thing. So like
Yeah.
only the last episode, you almost don't have to watch the other part to
Do
me.
they like include like Ellen and her
No,
response or
but
anything?
it's like you can tell like it is happening. Like it clearly was being filmed almost while
they
it
were-
happened
yeah.
because it's the last episode, and you can tell it's like him dealing with it. And the point is, the reason you should watch it though is you should see like he clearly wants to handle it the way that you always say, like just shut up, it'll go away, and it's like you can just see. You can see because they're
Yeah.
filming the people around him deal with like no dude,
Crisis
you have
management
right,
team and all
you-
that
This
stuff,
is what
yeah.
you have to say. This is what you have, and he doesn't want to do that, and it's interesting,
Dude,
man.
he's a legit comic. The last thing he wants to do
Apologize.
is go and address something like that. And the fact is, the thing that made that so shitty was it was from 10 years earlier.
Right.
He'd already apologized,
Yeah.
removed the tweets, apologized on numerous talk shows. Like it.
It's
and
one
so
thing
for
if
him,
it just comes up, if it's been buried and somebody finds it.
Right.
It's old news. It's happened.
And so when his attitude was, hey, look, fuckers, I already apologized for this numerous times. I removed the tweets. My attitude has changed. It was kind of taken out of context. I'm not going to apologize again. Well, then you can't host the... It was like, you really needed me to grovel to Twitter?
I can be one of the
again?
biggest stars in the world right now and be on every show, every movie, every stand-up, but I'm not good enough for
Pathetic.
your Oscars.
It's sad that those groups cave to that. It really is. And what?
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say you just watch the last. Even if you don't watch the other part, you should watch the last.
I
Because
keep seeing that come
because
up,
it
and I
is
was thinking
interesting.
because he was in that horrible car accident recently,
Oh,
and he's been in
yeah.
the hospital,
I forgot
and so
about
I was like, "Wait, did this thing drop? Is this about his car accident and like recovery? What is this?"
No, it really seems to be about basically before that happened, before the last episode happened, it was basically about how he dealt with cheating with his getting, being really big, and then finding and then him cheating on his wife and how he dealt with that. I think, and it
Yeah.
kind of talks about him growing up a little. But the last episode is interesting because you just, like I said, you see these publicists and they're clearly, this isn't after the fact them talking about. They have cameras that were saying like, this is what he needs to do right now.
Yeah,
and,
they have
God,
crisis management teams. Are
Yeah,
called,
it's
for
just
sure.
very interesting.
You're not going to be repped by the biggest, the CAAs and the some of those giant
Well, it's in its own
agencies.
company,
You've got
though.
a team. Well, you're going to have that within your
Yeah.
team too. That this is what we do when this happens, and there's a whole list of things you need to do in a crisis. There are crisis management experts that know how to deal with Twitter fallout and Facebook and all that shit, and they get paid a lot of money.
Well, of course I know that. I'm just saying this is interesting because they happen to be filming something
You get
else
to see 'em.
already, and you
Yeah.
kind of get to see what it's like when it's going down.
Going back just briefly on the Beyonce thing, I'm interested in your guys' opinion because I know you can't go on Twitter. Like if I were to go on Twitter right now, and there's a very good chance that likelihood that if I absolutely slam the shit out of fat fuckers that are demanding Beyonce make fat people clothes. To include them, if I made some reference to that, I'd be shamed, and they'd want to cancel me. But there's a few ways you can look at it. Like, okay, is this kind of what we want young people to think? Is like, hey, but don't body shame me. Every image is cool, and it's like, well, the way I always say it. Okay, fine, but you're gonna fucking be buried missing a foot. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like it's like highly unhealthy, right? And I get it. I've got my own health issues. I'm not shaming anybody for that, but
I was
God
gonna say, you
damn,
might get a free pass for shaming.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can post some shit and show you, like, this is what it's like when you don't eat right and exercise and drink too much and drug too much and smoke too much. Like, this is where it goes. And so you can point to Lizzo. People will always say this. Lizzo does 3 hours a night and dances the whole time and blah, blah, and can still sing. So even though she's big boned, it's not really representative. She's not, calling her fat and out of shape is bullshit. They'll say the same thing about Ashley Graham. They'll say about a lot of them. But the reality is, the general public that's bitching about this and demanding 4X and 5X from Beyonce are not Lizzo. They're not big boned. They're just fucking slobs. They're fucking slobs.
It's like everything else, though, that they're the ones that the minority that pops off the loudest gets the most fucking attention.
But I just kind of feel like, you know what? If you want to be in Beyonce's fucking wear, then work for it a little bit.
Buy 2 sets and sew them together.
Yeah, make your own. Make your own. You don't get to demand what a business like. There are reasons that businesses decide. There's a reason that when you go, if you buy a fucking small through a 2XL, it's X. It costs X.
Yep.
You get into 3, 4, 5XL, and the price goes shooting through the roof.
Well,
there's
the
a
XS
reason.
to XL is probably 90% of the population, would be my guess. Well,
Right.
maybe not in the U.S., but
No.
75. But that covers pretty much everybody. Obviously, there's going to be ones that are past that, but yeah, as a financial decision and what you're going to do and what it's going to cost to put those out compared to the sales and the returns that you're going to get on it, probably pretty easy fucking math.
And the fact is, T, we all can acknowledge, like, women's sizes are fucked. Like, oh, what are you? I'm a size 0. The fuck? Right? Size 0? Really? You're a size 0? What does that even mean? I'm a size 2. Like,
I know.
Come on. I don't have any context for what that means. I'm a size 0.
Yeah.
Well, XL, it seems like, be normal. And I get it. Nobody wants to. Like, when I was in California, fuck, dude. Oh, I don't think I told this story ever. Shit. It was me and my sister and my nephew and niece. We went to Great America.
Is it going to be a kid calling a fat person thing here?
No,
what?
I might have told the story. I don't think I did, though, E. Fuck, this is humiliating. Oh, shit. Anyway, we go there. This is the Great America is the park right next to the 49er Stadium in Santa Clara. Like, they share a parking lot. And it's a big amusement park, roller coasters, the whole thing. The demon drop type shit and the swings and all that stuff. And there was a fucking ride there I'm with my sister and her 2 young, my niece and nephew, Maddie and Reed. And so it's not like, hey, Chris, let's jump on the roller coaster and leave the 5-year-old and the 3-year-old here. We'll meet them at the bottom. So it's like, fuck, I can't go on any rides. And so this is one that's like, oh, okay, I can go on this one. It's the swing thing and it gets whipping and going around, but you're in this little seat. These metal chains and whatnot.
Oh, boy. Oh, here we go.
So they're like, yeah, everyone grab a seat. And I'm like, yeah, I'll grab this one. I sit down, and the thing comes down, and it's like, you just get down on you. And then it's got a little hook for your ball bag so you don't fly out of it. It's just hooked like a diaper.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there, and it's like, oh, let's get this thing going, man. Let's get this thing in the air. And they're walking around, and some asswipe 16-year-old is like making sure everyone's shit is locked down fully. And they're going around, they get to me, and the guy's like, can we press this in a little bit more? And I was like, no, man, it's secure. It's good. We're good. He's like, no, it's got to go. And then he's like, open up to seat 13. We can add one more rider. This one's not going to work. And I had to fucking like.
He did it that it seemed
You
like
really got booted?
He made a point to like the guy in the box, the kid in the box. Yeah, we got room for one more. We got one more could fit in here. And I have to sit
did he
there.
Get up and have fucking get on a stage and tell everybody?
No, he's in the little booth, right? He's the guy that's like, everybody, hang on tight. We're about to start the ride. You want to go in reverse? Whatever. And I'm sitting there like, no. I'm on the Southwest flight that I'm too fat for one seat.
Wow.
And so I'm like, oh my God, they're kicking me off this ride.
You couldn't suck it in to get that extra click, man?
You don't think I tried? You think I wanted to unhook the fucking chair and get out of it? Fuck off, E. Fuck off. Forget this story was ever told.
How shameful was that walk?
Oh, that has got to be the worst walk.
The worst. Here's the worst
I have
part.
seen it happen before.
You had to stand there and watch them laugh at you every time they swung
Swore
by.
I would never tell this story. I was like, shut up, T. I was like, when I got there, it's very sunny in San Francisco, and so I'm wearing my sunglasses, and they're like, if you're wearing sunglasses, you want to hand those over to the, our fine staff here. Very clean and safe staff. They'll keep a good whereabouts on your items, and that way they won't fly off in mid-ride. And so I'm like, they're actually kicking me off this fucking ride. And I undo my belt and lift up the thing, and I get out, and everybody's looking at you like, Nice job, fatty. Nice job, fat. So it's like, fuck you. You're fatter than I am. Fuck you.
That's one of those hard things if you're a person there, because honestly, even it's like the fucked up guy in a wheelchair that you're not trying to be a dick by not looking at him, but you don't want to look at him. You're kind of
Dude, I walk like almost to the booth where you exit in shame. You do the exit of shame, you know, and you can literally hear the people thinking shame, shame, shame. And then it's like, sir, don't forget your sunglasses already on the opposite side of the ride. And so then I've got to stay in the circle and walk all the way around like, yeah, sorry, guys, just be a second or two. Might need to pause to catch my breath really quick. And go over. I'm like thinking just like, fucking keep them, man. They're yours now.
Wow.
Walk over there, grab my sunglasses, and then do a whole nother walk of shame back. The only saving grace was there was another guy who was
Fatter than you?
no,
Oh.
because I think you would have gotten kicked off this ride. I think you would have been too tall and just big of a human being. I don't think it was necessarily like I'm not going to get kicked off a roller coaster. So I think there was another guy that got kicked off after I did, after I was doing my walk of shame. And it was like, he was just a big dude. He was like you. And I was like, oh, well, T would have got kicked off too, probably.
Yeah.
For being 6'3", his legs hang down too long. Maybe he's going to get whipping around.
Drag your feet on the landing.
He's going to kick the person next to him or something. And so it was like, we got another tubby here in seat 36. Can we get this fat ass off the ride so we get this thing off the ground? We'd never get airborne if we keep him on here. And so he and I like met me there, and it was like, Kristen was like, I get down, and Kristen and Reed and Madison there, and she's just like, so how was the ride? I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to go home.
She didn't watch you
She's-
do the walk of shame?
She's like, do you
had
want
to
a
do a whole
corn
lap
dog?
around
She's
there.
like, do you want a corn dog? I'm like, no, I don't want a corn dog. That's the whole problem in the first place is corn dogs.
Some ice cream? What can I get you?
Can we get you a slushie and a corn dog? No, I don't want a slushie and a corn dog. That's why I'm here.
Come on, let's go
Those
get
are
you a
pretty
Diet
good.
Coke.
She goes, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, they kicked me off the ride for being too fat. She goes, you're not fat. I said, shut up. I am too. They kicked me off the ride for it. Fuck, dude.
Oh, that had to be humiliating.
But you know what? I didn't want to file a lawsuit with Great American Go. You need to get wider seats so fat fuckers like me can ride too. Your hydraulics need to be improved so you can get my fat ass up in the air.
I need like one or two extra, like the fat guy seats somewhere strategically placed around so that it doesn't get all off balance when it's fucking wobbling around too. Get up there. How do you sneak on
Just
here?
wobbling in the air. Flunk, flunk, flunk. But you know what? My initial reaction was not to outwardly blame everybody else. It was like,
No, you took it in
All right,
shame and
yeah,
put your head down and walked and got a fucking corn dog like
I
a real
owned
person.
my shame, and it was like, you know what? You're going to have to make some life choices here, pal. Because, you know what? I'm not going to tell them how to structure their amusement park. Just like I wouldn't tell Beyonce, Queen Bey, how to fucking do her designing clothes with Adidas. It's like, you know what? This is a potential life lesson here, fatso. You know what? They don't have to make 4X for you. They don't have to get wider seat at Great America for me. And that's the way it is. You do your walk of shame, and you reflect. You reflect on what you've done.
Yeah.
You did this.
You
fatty.
did this. This
You
is
did-
your doing.
Beyonce didn't do this. Great America didn't do this.
Wow, there's
I did this.
and you're a bigger man than most, no pun intended, for understanding that. But some people don't get it.
Well, dude, it was so humiliating. I mean, like, you think shitting on the floor, the lobby of a hotel is humiliating? Try getting kicked off a fucking ride for being too fat.
I will,
Yeah.
this is not
Potato,
I'm not gonna,
potato.
I'm not going to say this is up there with you, but I did find out something actually today that I did that was fucking embarrassing a little bit, and I just found it out today. I had bought these passes for a festival, music festival in September, but you could buy them real early, sort of way cheaper. They try to incentivize you to buy them early so you can save money, but you do them in payment plans. And I just don't have anything on payment plan. Netflix is very obvious. It says Netflix. I don't have anything on payment plans. And about 3 weeks ago, I look at my credit card
Rent
thing.
to own, basically, your tickets? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
yeah, it's like layaway.
Yeah, I guess, but it's
Okay.
way cheaper this way. I mean,
No, I didn't know that was a possibility. With
They-
that.
they-
Okay.
They're
do-
$300. They'll let you pay $100 for 3 months. Or
They're doing that
whatever.
with music
Down.
festivals a lot right now, especially just because
They're
of all
very
these-
expensive. It makes sense.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
it
So
does. Okay.
Anyway, but the point is, like 3 weeks ago, I'm sitting there, and I'd had a thing in October where my credit card had gotten fraud on it or whatever, and I called up, and they never says what it is. These things when it's fraud or when it's someone tries to do something. So I had something in October, and I called, get the new credit card or whatever. And then just a few weeks ago, same thing. I got these 2 purchases, and I go, 2 fucking purchases? Same fucking really? This is bullshit. I'm like,
do that.
Monday night? I wasn't doing shit Monday night. I know I didn't buy tickets. I call up Chase and blah, blah, blah.
Probably did it on Saturday. They ran it through on Monday night.
Well, I called up Chase, and I fucking blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, it says it's for a theater or something. I'm like, theater? I didn't buy no fucking theater tickets Monday night. And then just today, I'm sitting there on my Facebook, and I'm looking through Facebook, and I'm like, "Oh, Imagine Festival." They had like a little video recap. I'm like, "Sweet!" I like watching them because they had the music. And I look at the payment plan. It's like, "Oh, I wonder how much it is now." And then all of a sudden, it hit me. I'm like, "Holy fuck! I haven't seen a payment on those tickets yet." And then I go, "Oh shit! Was those 2 things I called up and said it was fraud?"
I made a fraud.
Did you cancel the tickets?
They probably did. Yeah.
Well,
Why
then I
wouldn't
went
they?
in and I saw an email of Imagine 2020, and it says like there's an email saying, "Oh, we tried to, one of your first purchase was denied," and blah blah blah. And like, now I gotta fucking call them up and tell them like what happened.
Yeah, sorry,
or
I'm a
whatever,
dick
but
licker.
Yeah,
That
you
was
got to eat
mine.
shit on that one. That's all you.
but
Have you
I
done
have-
it? Did you fix it?
I can't yet because I honestly it's kind of I just found it out before I came over here.
Yeah.
Essentially, I was literally just, and if I hadn't looked at that Facebook thing, seriously, I'd just been going along my day up until whenever. At one point, I just would have been like, oh,
Show up at the festival.
Yeah,
I should have tickets somewhere.
where's
I
my
bought 'em.
passes? I bought them. I mean,
Yeah, your payment was canceled, sir.
I mean-
3 months ago.
right. So
Well,
I mean,
hopefully
not
it's
quite
sold
the
out and you
same,
can't
but-
get tickets now. And then you'll
Well,
learn a
it's
valuable
not
lesson.
because they were still advertising them on the thing I saw today.
All
but
right, all right.
it's not as embarrassing. But
Not
it's
even
embarrassing.
close. Not even in the fucking. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
Oh yeah,
me?
no, I think
just
it's way worse for sure.
Well, you think that's embarrassing?
I almost didn't get my
I got an
tickets.
embarrassing story too.
I just wanted to share it to make you feel better.
Yeah, you made me feel so much better.
I'm still going to get to go, obviously, and stuff. And
I was fat shamed in an amusement park. Have you seen the clientele that frequents amusement parks?
yeah, for
It's
sure.
it's not supermodels, E.
No, it's not.
Not on the swings,
I was
though, apparently.
thrown off a fucking ride for being too fat, and you try to come back at me with, "Oh, you think that's embarrassing? I can top that." I had an operator call me, and I went, "I don't recognize these charges. I'm not sure they're mine." Yeah,
mean,
same
Yeah.
thing exactly.
Oh, yeah.
E.
You
That's
don't know.
okay.
Still,
It's all
T, do
relative.
you have a story that can top that?
my one credit card's still sitting at MGM too. If you remember that time from when I canceled my, I lost my card and canceled, and then a new one came in the mail randomly.
Yeah.
So my other one credit card is still.
Yeah, but it's
sitting
not
there.
active.
No, it is active. Just no one's using it.
Wait.
So if someone went to MGM and went, "Hi, I'm Eric Fady. I'm here to
have
pick
to have
up
my
my credit
ID,
card."
I guess. But
So you lost a card, ordered a new card, but
Well,
left the old
I-
card active?
no, I already explained this one time, so I'll try to say this faster. But what happened was I left my card at a bar at Greektown.
Yeah.
And then I went there to pick it up, and I forgot my wallet that day, so I didn't have my ID. And then I got home, and then that day, luckily in the end, that day I got a credit card in the mail from another one that I had lost a few years ago, but it had finally expired. And so now I just started using that one, and I haven't gone to pick up the other one
Like
since.
the same account?
I have like 3 credit cards on one account.
Okay.
So
That's well, you lose shit a lot, so it's probably
exactly, I have to
good
have like
and
I always
bad.
have to have
Yeah.
one.
One everywhere.
Right, I have to.
In
have
his defense, though, he does check regularly.
Like, I
to
do.
see
I
what-
check every day.
and he checks the activity every day instead
Well,
of
yeah.
just calling and telling him to cut it up or going there and picking it up and being done with it. Let him have it. I'll just check the activity and make sure no one's using it.
Right, the second there's a charge on it, I'll go, hey, that's not mine.
Yeah,
It's an
like your
outrage.
tickets.
Right?
Well, it was bullshit. It said C tickets, and I didn't like. It seems like it would have said Imagine on there or something. Looking back, like it wasn't
There's a
obvious.
lot. There's
that,
a
like,
lot of companies that are like that.
Oh, I know, but it just still seems like whatever.
I see stuff on my credit card bill and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm being ripped. Oh yeah, that's that party
yeah,
store
it was
down the
me.
street.
Yep,
I bought
I
a
did
fifth
that.
of Jack there. Yeah, that's what that is for sure. Wait a minute. Holy shit, I'm being robbed again. Oh no, that's where I bought that baseball. I remember it now, clear as day.
No, I
Easy to
can't
do.
top that. Not even close.
Bob De Niro. Where do we stand on Bob De Niro? Entirety.
overall?
Raging Bull to Goodfellas to the Fockers
Yeah.
to the Trump shit.
I don't care for. I care for. I like De Niro, probably everything up till about, I don't know, 5 years ago, something
Yeah.
like that. I kind of feel
bet,
that way.
I bet it's more like 10 years ago.
Probably even 10, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I did like him in Irishman.
Yeah,
I thought he was
did too.
good in
Did
that.
you end up watching that?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I liked it. Thought it was good.
I mean, it's, you got to do it over a few days.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours and some minutes, but yeah, I always like him. I don't even mind in the Fockers. Meet the Fockers.
He's
and
pretty good in that. That's about the last thing I think I liked him in. It just seems like everything I've seen him lately, he just looks like a fucking stiff. Like he's half dead. Like,
Well, he sort of is, but he's got such iconic roles. He won an Oscar for The Godfather 2 and Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And then Goodfellas, obviously, goes without saying. But his anti-Trump stance, he's a 77-year-old man. And it's so, going up there, "Yeah, fuck him, fuck this guy." Like, he catches shit for that.
was that last year, the Oscars? Or 2 years ago?
Was it the
maybe?
Oscars?
Something-
One of
whatever
those.
it was, yeah.
Where he's,
Take
he's
your little
just,
award, thank your agent, thank your God,
and
fuck off. That was
Well,
preemptive.
they had the SAG Awards the other day, Screen Actors Guild, and De
I
Niro
prefer
was
the
there.
Film Actors Guild myself.
The
but
FAG, yeah, I agree. So he took a portion of his time and donated that to, what do you think? Slamming Trump, perhaps?
is there like an actual cause? Is there the nevertrumpers.com, hashtag nevertrumpers?
Well, obviously he's a little bit sensitive to, because he's just out there every time he's on a microphone. It's fuck Trump. This guy's going to cause the world to explode. Like it's fear mongering at its finest. And he's one of these celebrities that has just reserved himself to, if Trump sneezes, it is causing harm to, more global warming.
Remember Jim Harbaugh's son crying because
Who?
he's
Jim
Jim Harbaugh
Harbaugh's-
because he's gay, and when Trump got in, he was apparently crying, wondering what was going to happen.
Yeah.
he was
They're
scared.
going to throw me over the wall as a gay man. They're going to throw me off roofs like ISIS.
He was like literally crying, wondering what was going to happen to him.
Is he okay?
I mean,
Did we- did
like
we
He's fine.
deport him or
he's
anything?
sucking
Is
more
it-
dicks than ever.
Okay,
No
good
one
for
wants
him.
to deport him. No one wants to throw him off a roof. Least of all, Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
Donald
Just-
Trump probably
just
knows more
making sure.
gays than anybody. It's just fear mongering. It's fear mongering. It's the guy. One of our favorite fucking stories of 2016 after the election was the guy who was technically an illegal in this country and working in Kansas City.
Hey, goddamn it, undocumented. What year is this?
Yeah, sorry.
We don't use those terms.
He's raised a family. He's putting them through school. He's been in this community for 30 fucking years. This guy's untouchable. No one's going to touch him. He's so scared because of all the fear mongering. He makes a run for the border, right? Canada. He's going to Canada. He's promptly arrested, thrown in jail. They find out he's illegal and they deport him to his country. Like, it fucked his entire world up by just going, "Ugh, Trump's gonna fucking ruin everything. I make a run for the border." Like, dude, nobody was coming for you, sir. You've been a pillar of the community for 30 years. You've raised a family.
How do you think he was getting across the border? They literally like
He
sneak across the
He
border?
tried to sneak across the border, and Canada went, hey, fuck you.
Just sneak back to Mexico.
No, I thought. Well, to be honest with you, I thought what happened is he was going to go there and then he was going to move his family. I thought he was trying to do it.
Oh, he was. Yeah.
No, but I thought he was trying to do it legally.
He wasn't asylum seeking, though, was he? I thought he was.
Not asylum seeking. I think he was just going to
He
try.
wanted to
become,
bring his
like,
family, but it backfired so
for
bad.
Sure,
I mean,
it backfired.
he was arrested, and then they were like, "Oh, you're illegal
I mean,
as
just
fuck,
like with all
undocumented as fuck."
those people that said they were going to change citizenship, and then they Canada didn't want them, and they're like, yeah, we don't just let people in our country.
They're like, "What? What?
wait a minute.
Oh, wait. I can't just walk into Australia? Wait, I can't just walk into Russia? No, motherfucker, you can't. Try it. Try and just walk into Australia, China,
Anywhere.
anywhere."
Well, you can
But-
probably, Mexico, you can probably just walk right in, I would think.
Yeah, Mexico.
It's like one of those
Come on in,
turnstiles
go.
that like lock the other way. Like it's totally cool going that way, but you can't go backwards
Yeah,
through it.
the traffic going in and out of Tijuana is quite a line one way and not so much of a line the other. But anyways, De Niro, it's like, dude, this career he has is so iconic, so legendary. This hill he wants to die on, to just shit on this guy, like, and I can't scream it any louder, and I'm sure you guys agree with me. Like, if everything this person does is evil and wrong, you lose all credibility. You can't possibly be a demon every minute of the day. And so Boy Who Cried Wolf. You just sound like a fucking lunatic.
That's where they're at this point.
And you're not a rebel either. You're not with these Hollywood elites like a De Niro that get up on stage. It's like, dude, you were in the safest space on planet Earth in the fucking Hollywood Palladium or the Hollywood Bowl, talking to the same elites that you deal with every day and going, fuck Trump. Like, do that in the Midwest.
Hey, listen, I mean, to Bob's point, he was impeached. He will
Forever.
always be impeached.
Forever.
I mean, there's that. It's a black mark on his permanent record.
My guess is some of the comments from people, and this might have to do with Ricky Gervais. Get your award, thank your God and your agent, and fuck off. He's a little sensitive now to like, oh, I could say whatever I want. I got free speech too. You have the video there, E?
Where's he popping off now?
This is the SAG Awards.
Oh, at the
Not the
SAGs,
FAGs.
yes.
Not the
Okay,
FAG
right.
Awards, but the SAG.
Not to be confused.
I thank SAG-AFTRA for tirelessly fighting on our behalf for workplace and economic gains and respect, and that especially bear.
Hey, pause it. That's one thing that I found that I hate about him, that's been driving me nuts in the last 10 years or whatever, because most of the shit I'm seeing him on now is the SNLs and wherever, and he's, as a professional fucking actor, he's the worst at reading a prompter.
Dude.
The fucking worst.
Watch him do interviews.
It's disgusting.
You can't put a sentence
Sorry.
together.
No, it's that.
Yeah.
That's what's pissed me off so much in the last 5 to 10 years.
You know what? I think Bob De Niro is at a point where I don't need to do a run through. I don't need to be there the day before to do the dry run.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He's Bob De Niro.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation because
It's
he's
painful.
so good
As long as
in a
you can
movie.
memorize a line.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And that especially bears remembering these days when there's so much hostility towards unions.
They still don't know what he's talking about at this point.
All the union members.
Political leaders who support unions are more likely to support Affordable Care Act, equitable taxes, humane immigration regulations, a safe
Democrat.
environment, a diverse citizenry, reproductive rights, sensible gun control, and fair wages and benefits.
You just did the DNC give you talking points, Bob?
We owe them our support, and we owe them our vote. I can imagine some of you are saying, all right, let's not get into the politics and all that.
Yeah, let's not.
But we're
To you,
we're
I
in
say,
such
fuck
a
off.
dire situation, so deeply concerning to me and to so many others, I have to say something. And I thought I said it pretty well to Variety the other day, so I'm going to quote myself. There's right and there's wrong, and
To
there's
you.
common sense, and there's abuse of power. And as a
You're doing it right now.
Yeah, you
I
are.
have as much right as anybody.
Hot
an
meat
actor,
kettle.
Yeah.
An athlete, a musician, anybody else to voice my opinion. And if I have a bigger voice because of my situation, I'm going to use it whenever
I'm
I see
better
a
than you.
blatant abuse of power.
In your opinion. In your opinion, Bob De Niro, that's the difference. You know, Bob, your friends fucking 13-year-old girls in hot tubs and not
And
being
that's all I'm gonna
prosecuted
say.
seems like an abuse of
Not
power
that
to me. Maybe not to
So
you, though.
I'm so happy to share this with so many friends here tonight. My dear friends Julie and Barry, Fiona and Art, Marianne and Josh, Jane, Stan, my beautiful son
Harvey
Julian,
Weinstein.
all my beautiful sons and daughters watching at home, the whole Netflix Irishman crew, and especially my SAG-AFTRA brothers and sisters. I will treasure this Life Achievement Award because it comes from you,
Yeah.
my comrades in arms.
So he feels it's his duty
Yeah.
to address this. You know, I feel it.
He's got the
There's right
platform.
and wrong. This is what's so funny about this. Can you not see, Bob, that just maybe everything you believe to be true isn't maybe as true as you think? Maybe you're looking at it one way with your extremely powerful and wealthy, entitled life as an old white man who is
Maybe you're
made,
looking at it that way.
Maybe
Maybe you're looking at it all
Absolutely.
wrong. Maybe Bob's totally fucking right.
I can at least admit that, Troy. That's the difference.
Can you?
Yes, fuck yes. Yes. I do not stand on a podium for Donald Trump. I do not believe for a second that everything he does is honorable and right.
Right.
I also don't believe everything he does
Satan
is
incarnated.
Satanist and evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And seeing a room of people who are so incredibly overpaid, incredibly fucking well-to-do more than anybody else. I don't know why someone like that can't go, I'm worth $500 million. Most people in this world are worth, I don't know, $400 in their bank account. How they can see things a little bit different. Why do you think there are massive swaths of people in the Midwest who completely disagree with you and believe it wholeheartedly? Can you not even acknowledge that those people aren't just fucking Nazis and racists, that maybe, just maybe, their life experiences are a little bit different than yours, Bob De Niro?
I think it should, dude. I'm not. It should go beyond that. It should be. You think that it would just feel stupid for, like, you've said your piece on this. That's the bigger thing to me.
We all know where you stand.
Right. You feel like, and you're sitting in front of a group of people that you know agree with you. And so that's what I don't get. Like, I just don't get, like, you think, like, in your mind, like, fuck, man, I realize I'm talking to the same fucking people. Fuck, just, like.
No, it used to be cool to see Eddie Vedder go on stage and go, I don't know what the fuck a Grammy means. Thanks, I guess, but fuck it, this is stupid. How do you judge art? Bye, and walk off the stage to half booze in the crowd. That's being a rebel. That's being an anarchist. That's being someone who's fighting the system. You know, when you look at Rage Against the Machine, losing out of the Grammy, and the fucking drummer climbs the rafters and refuses to get down.
That was badass.
Fucking bad as shit.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan has made those statements. To come up in front of this group of people that believe exactly what you believe and just spout off, dude, you're not a rebel. You're not James Dean. You're not impressing anybody. You're pissing people off. You're getting fucking seal claps from a room of people that believe exactly what you believe.
And it takes away, like, it's got nothing to do with where he's at and what he's doing. He's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award for his career. Has nothing to do with politics. Has nothing to do with fucking any of it. He's somebody that has a big enough platform outside of that show that he's constantly in interviews, he's constantly doing other things, that he can do that whenever you want. So I think it's just, in a way, almost disrespectful to those award shows and shit like that when you take it on your own agenda. Like, that has nothing to do with why you're fucking there or why you're up there giving your speech. So,
and that's a good point you bring up, T, because, to your point, whether it's the Oscars, the Grammys, the SAGs, whatever, the Screen Actors Guild, like, if you're in AFTRA or SAG, these are unions. You can't get a job doing a fucking voiceover work in Hollywood or a simple, extra gig on a commercial without being a SAG member or AFTRA. And those are thousands of dollars a year to pay those dues.
Oh, you can tell me.
Yeah, no, I know. As an
a union
electrician, I know you know. And the biggest, highest honor that the SAGs have is their Lifetime Achievement Award. That is not just a throwaway award. Like, he's won many Lifetime Achievement Awards for his career, and, rightly so. I think we can all agree with his career.
No doubt.
But the SAG, to your point again, like, dude,
on a roll.
go up there, thank the SAG and AFTRA people, thank your, directors and co-stars and people that made it possible and people that give you a chance when you're struggling. Leave the we all know how you feel, Bob.
Yeah.
We get it. You hate Trump. Got it. You don't need to waste 2 minutes of your fucking speech shitting on the president yet again.
Save it for your Vanity Fair interview and leave it out of that shit.
Yeah, just tell people, hey, I did a great interview with Vanity Fair this week. Check it out this month.
It'd be great if we get these shows down to like an hour and a half, if everybody would just cut the fucking bullshit.
I've stopped watching for the most part. I didn't even know SAG Awards were going on. Not that we were going to watch it here with the championship game going on, but I wouldn't have watched the SAG Awards.
If I do, I watch it like America's Got Talent. Just fucking fast forward to each thing. Oh, they won. Oh,
Yeah.
they won. I don't give a shit what you got to say or who you want to thank. Go fuck yourself.
You
I'll
don't
know
like the
who won.
feel-good stories. You don't like the
fucking-
setup.
nah, it's
Show
too
me the
much.
performance.
Yeah, I want to judge on merit. I don't give a fuck where you grew up or how many fucking brothers
I
and
know.
sisters you have or
It
how
makes
many
it
times
hard,
you
though,
had
T,
AIDS.
without,
I want to know. It's got talent. It's not who's got the saddest fucking story.
So it makes it harder then to judge the kid that had cancer and was bullied but plays the violin now. It's
Hey,
like, T gets right to him playing the violin.
How come is he a good violin player?
Not the best fucking violinist I've ever seen.
Well, then get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah, he, motherfucker won. We came close.
Well, because the bullshit story gets him through, and that's fuck off. No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's the whole hype bullshit.
Anyway, have I fucking soapboxed enough about De Niro and
I think so.
Hollywood elites?
Yeah, you got to get your POV in there.
Shit. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. I don't, repeat myself, but it's like, fuck, man.
We know where you stand, Mike.
I know.
We understand.
I know, but I have an opinion-based show, and when I see De Niro, I'm like, you cocksucker, I'm
Sure.
gonna show people what this fucker says, and that'll tell you I got fat shamed at a fucking amusement park.
Yeah.
Take the good, you
That
take
was
the bad, you take them both. And
that's
there
the
you
real
have.
nugget out of this. You got kicked off a
Shut
swing
up.
ride.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yes, please. I
Sorry
gotta
for
go to
the.
bed.
Yeah, you do. I'm sorry, T. Thank you so much, T, for being here this late. I know this is not easy. Isis, you're welcome to crash on the couch here if you want. I know you're gonna
No, thanks.
drive by. Why do you look like that's a fucking offer that is insane?
Because you won't let him jerk off here.
No, because it's.
No, you used to go, thanks, but I'm just gonna go home. Now you're like, oh, jeez, like anybody would sleep on the couch.
I mean, well, I don't know.
I was
He's an adult now.
presenting an offer. If you don't
okay.
want to drive home late night in
I
bad
appreciate
weather.
that.
Yeah, it was just.
No, thank you. Is
I-
that better?
No, I take my offer off the table. You get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right. We'll get out of here too. Thanks everybody for hanging with us. We'll be back tomorrow, the same crew. And if I'm still alive. And hopefully
God
you'll
willing.
join us. Yeah, hopefully you guys will join us then. We'll see you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.